an electric vehicle. It's not going to tow your trailer. It's not going to tow your boat.
Day for it,
Oh
Slatsy.
my goodness, Thunder. It's great to see you.
Great day for ducks.
Oh yes.
So here we are, drizzly day for a return to season 3, the new Jones's EV road trip.
Okay.
This season we are learning how to have an efficient electrified home.
Yes, we are.
So we're meeting the people who've gotten off gas.
Right.
They have built or retrofitted their homes with insulation, double glazing. They've plugged all the drafts. They have made their homes so efficient, they hardly need any energy. And then the energy that they do use is coming from renewable sources.
Okay, so let me gestate and feed that back to you. So they've gotten off the gas.
They got off the gas.
They've retrofit or built their homes so that they are so insulated that they don't require lots of energy to heat.
Correct.
Or lots of energy to cool.
Correct.
And then the energy they do still require is coming from renewable sources.
Correct.
You beauty. So Thunder, where are we going today?
We're going to meet Ben.
And who's Ben?
Ben's a renter. So in his rental, Ben gets stinking hot in summer, freezing cold in winter.
No good.
And that's because a lot of Australian homes, they call them glorified tents and caravans. They're so badly insulated that it takes loads of energy, costs a lot to heat and cool them, and they're super uncomfortable. So Ben is going to take us through some of the things that renters can do to increase the comfort and reduce the energy bills at home.
Well, I'm engaged, so why not step in the gas and let's get there?
Satsy,
Yes.
as I keep telling you, this is an electric car.
Oh, get off the gas.
Get off the gas, no gas.
Ben, you know, I've heard that most Australian homes are so poorly insulated, they're virtually like caravans. So I figured we might do the interview in here today. I brought my own.
All right, we'll give it a try, but don't know if I'm going to be able to fit in there. Yeah. How about we use my place instead?
Yeah, could be right. Let's do that.
Okay.
Ben and his tips for renters, take one.
Who are you and why am I interviewing you?
I'm Ben Kreunen, and you're interviewing me because we live in this rental which is hot in summer and cold in winter.
And where are we and what are we doing here?
We're in Ringwood East. We live at the top of a ridge. It gets lots of sun, lots of wind, lots of weather, and I'm going to be sharing some of my tips on how we survive dealing with the weather and what it does for us inside.
So Ben, what's so bad about the rental you're in?
It's sweltering in summer, it's cold in winter, and it's costing us a packet in energy bills.
What are your energy bills like?
Well, in winter they get really high because we're basically just running the heater all the time, but the heat's just going straight out through the ceiling and the windows.
And in summer?
In summer, we've got an aircon unit, but it's pretty much useless, so we don't run it, and we're also trying to catch up on our energy bills for winter.
Why is your rental so hot in summer and freezing in winter?
Well, it's hot in summer because we've got lots of glass windows, lots of paving outside, and very little insulation in the roof, particularly where you're staying. There's no insulation at all above in that ceiling. So that basically means we get a lot of heat in summer and lets a lot of heat out in winter.
In the UK, the NHS prescribes things like insulation to improve people's health. Research here found energy efficiency can not only lower your energy bills, but can actually lower your health bills by up to $800. Is this house bad for your health, do you think?
It's certainly unhealthy in that it takes us longer to get over colds in winter, and in summer the lack of sleep makes it really hard. I've got a long commute by bike, and trying to do that with 4 hours of sleep is just really hard. If you get lots of days of extreme temperatures in a row, then everyone starts getting crabby with each other as well, because it's just relentless not getting relief from those temperatures.
If you don't like this house, why don't you just move?
Well, one, it's very expensive to move. It costs you at least 2 months' rent to get another place. And when you're looking, you can't really tell when you're inspecting a property what it's actually going to be like, and what the appliances are like, what the insulation's like.
You plant a tree in every rental. Why? What bloody good does a tree do?
Well, a tree eventually will provide shade for the house, for the yard as well if you're outside, so it just doesn't get as hot inside. The tree we had in our last house, we were there 18 years, so it grew taller than the house, with shade in the house, and dropped the temperature inside by 5 degrees in summer.
What can renters do to make their homes comfier, healthier, and cheaper to run?
In summer, in terms of trying to keep it cooler, blocking out as much sunlight as possible. We have a ritual of putting up shade umbrellas out in the paved areas, putting down our awnings, which we're fortunate to have. For the windows where we don't have awnings, we've installed cane blinds in the window frames just to block out some of the sun. We've even put cane blinds on one of the brick walls that gets a lot of sun and generates a lot of heat through the bedroom on the inside from that. Blocking out the windows again on the inside as well to help reduce that further. At night, we open up all the doors and windows and position fans strategically so that we can circulate cooler air from outside through the house. We also use the bathroom ceiling fans to cool the roof space down, so pumping the cooler air into the ceiling.
And Ben, what about in winter?
In winter, about the only thing we do is trying to block as many drafts as possible, and for sleeping I put a couple of sheets of bubble wrap in between my doona and the blanket. Gives me a nice toasty night's sleep.
That's an amazing hack, I love it. You've done a lot of work to the outside of the house. Why do the outside of the house?
Because it's a lot easier and a lot more effective if you can actually stop the heat from getting in. Then once it gets into the house, then you're pretty much behind the 8 ball.
It sounds like there's plenty of things you can do.
Yeah, there's plenty of things you can do, but the unfortunate thing is that they still only have a limited benefit. So it still gets quite hot and quite cold.
What do we need to change to ensure healthier homes for renters?
Well, I think the only way we're actually going to get healthier homes is if we have better government regulations. The only way to actually get things changed is if there are better standards so that landlords are forced to actually improve properties to be healthier temperatures.
In your dream world, what changes would you make in your rental?
Well, definitely starting with insulation, ideally double glazing, reverse cycle heat pump air conditioning, and just getting off gas.
So Ben, where do I get started?
Well, you can always try the New Joneses up on that link there. They've got some free information that can help get you started.
Ben, mate, that's fantastic. I'm a renter, so I've learned a lot. I'm going to get to work.
Great, thank you.
Oh yeah, a bit of Wim Hof. This is a great little sauna, Ben. I love it.
Yeah, actually, Slates, this is my kitchen in summer.
You're kidding me, right?
No.
Well, in that case, grab a glass of water.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, mate.